All right, cyber traders, welcome on back here this Monday, August 21st. Shortly after 2:30 p.m. Eastern time, we have to be quick with our words here. Welcome on back for this afternoon meeting, but we have class on ahead here. We got the Phase 1 stock course continuing on this afternoon. So I know that we just posted the link to that inside our main chat board. So, hey, for all of our students and members alike here, just give me a quick sound check. Let me know if you could hear me loud and clear. Perhaps clear, but throat a little hoarse, a little under the weather right now today. So been feeling a little bit better, but still probably need some hot tea, a little honey in there, all the good stuff. So great to see Leda, Rick, Barbara, Larry, Sam, Donald, all loud and clear from them. Perfect. There we go. Tutto bene, says Andrea. There we go. Perfect. So with that in mind, let's hop right to it here. IONQ up nearly up over 6% now at the stage. So it's at the highs. That's the part that we want to focus on here during this exact time of the day. For a stock going into this afternoon meeting, for it to be near the highs, at the highs, or inversely at the lows. That could be nice to see. So the market's been making a nice little recovery across the early afternoon. To what extent are we going to see this continue, though? And, obviously today's only Monday, so we got a lot of time to determine that. I don't think that we're going to see too much continuation at first. I think that we do pull back a little more in terms of mid to long term. I definitely think that we're going to make a solid run going into September or October, like a really strong melt up perhaps in the market. I'll dig more into that perhaps tomorrow in our Traders Talk workshop. But here we go right now. IONQ, definitely going to just put this on our watch list to begin, and hopefully a bunch of other stocks that look like IONQ here. Let's go from top to bottom, though. I'm going to skip over TMBR. It's a buyout right there. We move forward. It was interesting on the news that trade early this morning, so it wasn't really moving like a buyout at first, but it flattened out, and we knew pretty early on from that point. All right, stay away from it. OBIO, biotech company, I'd imagine, at the highs, but very thin on the books. So I'm going to pass there actually for right now. TSAT, this stock has had a little bit more activity that we've seen over the last week. So we're, kind of more familiar with this trade back from Tuesday and Wednesday of last week, popped up pretty nice, broke over those highs actually here. So, looking even stronger now, perhaps. It is pretty thin on the book. I'd actually say it's like as liquid as the other stock, which is even cheaper than this. So if I'm comparing apples to oranges, I don't mind this TSAT over that. What was it? The OBIO? So, at least I'll put this one on our watch list for right now. Chart looks good here as a day trade. All right, we keep it going here. Let's see what else we can grab. BGLC. Closer to its highs than its lows. So, maybe I'll come back to this if I need to. Let's see if there's anything even sharper on the way up. It's not as sharp of late. This ALVR is sharp in the morning. It felt pretty dull just recently here. Flattened out after 12 o'clock. Nice little move up towards the highs, but not as familiar with that trade. Again, we'll kind of label a day like today, Monday in August. It's like the dog days of summer. So, you want to kind of just be very picky and choosy with what we're putting on our watch lists. We would say that on any given day, right? I mean, we're risking our hard-earned money, as I like to phrase it as well. So we're not just going to jump into anything. I know that most of us know that here, but even furthermore today, on a day like today. So that brings me back to AAOI. AAOI had a nice pop at the market open. Fausto had called that one out early on and made a great run up towards just about 1550. Right now, as you could see, it's trying to eke back up again. So, we're more familiar with this stock, like we kind of said with the IONQ. And yeah, I don't mind putting this one on our list for right now, too, the AAOI. All right, what else we got here? I saw NVAC make a big shake earlier. I guess that was like at noontime here. I haven't really looked at it since personally. Perhaps Rich had it up inside our trading room afterwards, but I stepped away and then, wow, really nice recovery, broke highs here. And, this is still near the high of the day off of 850, right? So is it possible for this to hold and then run up even further? It is. For right now, I guess I'll be friendly and put this on our watch list. Makes the cut, as I would say, for right now. All right, so let's see what else we can get here, though, on the gainer side. Markets are up, so we'll see what's on the losers just in a moment. But, here's a good one. S. Like good, we'll see if it continues. But nice pop heading into the mid-afternoon, just kind of out of nowhere. So news-related pop. The stock got halted off of, I think, volatility, if anything. But the headline that came out was SentinelOne has hired investment bank analyst partners to advise on discussions with potential acquirers. So I guess they're trying to do a sale. Buy the rumor, sell the news. So it led to a nice little pop earlier. And just before, it pulled back. And the easy to say part is, well, it bounced and it ended up bouncing from where it essentially got halted from at 1627. And since it's made a 50-cent move. So I really like this trade as of now. It's moved back up pretty nicely. It's not necessarily at the high of the day, mind you, but great liquidity and a good trend, volatile off the news that came out. We'll take it. All right, so let me know if there's anything else looking good here, folks. I'm just doing one last look, skimming down the gainer side here. There's definitely a lot more that's up that like 5+% that I ask out of you. So do a really quick rummage through here. I mean, stock like Tesla, perhaps moving with the market and at the highs. TSLA is the ETF that tracks the equity, actually. There's not as many of these single stock ETFs out there, but we were following this ETF early in the pre-market. It's funny that I just said in class earlier today, hey, as a new student of CTU, stay away from trading an ETF. Well, hey, I'll die on that hill. I'll stand by that 100 out of 100 times to newly enrolled students. But there's a reason I put this on the pre-market watch list earlier at 7:45. It's because if Tesla were to move, and if you're a more experienced trader here inside our room, there's a lot of us. Quick little shout out to two I see in particular. There's a lot of us, but quick shout out to Andrea and Grant. So, if you know what to follow in Tesla and how to plan out your levels there, and certainly if you have level 4, if you have Bookmap, it makes it a lot easier to follow this TSLA. It's an ETF, mind you. So if you don't have Bookmap, then I would not suggest for you to be trading it. But otherwise, if you do follow Tesla pretty well and you could chart levels nicely for Tesla, then this is likely to make a pretty synonymous move. All right, so I'm telling you, we got a lot of good students in our room here, a lot of good traders. I can go down the whole list. Probably have more people in for tomorrow morning, but let's see what we can grab here. Otherwise, on the loser side, though, wow, geez. NSCC or NSSC, my dyslexia tripping me up there. What a downtrend. I had no idea this was looking as good. No idea. I mean, if Rich was calling it out, once again, I've been in and out of my desk over the last hour. So, just got back, skimmed around. I didn't look on the loser side. Wow, what a drop off this thing is making right now. Easy to say, but phenomenal. Short throughout the whole day. Let's take a look here just to see. No. So we're not really too close to all-time lows, are we? I mean, that's all right. Just checking. I was just curious. So, if anything, it's got a ways to go to get to the next major historical and bottom, at least that is right around 15 or 16 or so. So you'd really hope to see 20 hold long term if you're looking for a bounce on this NSSC trade. You know what? Let me just double check the news. I got a little time here. Not too much, but we got class ahead and I've been pretty efficient so far. So let's just jump to Benzinga here. I'm sure that we had posted it earlier in the chat board, but this is simple. So NSSC trading lower after the company reported preliminary Q4 results. Multiple firms lowered their ratings and respective price targets. That's it. Geez, this thing's getting clobbered, down over 47% right now. So, we'll see what happens. I'd certainly look to respect the trend first and foremost. And then if it begins to build higher lows or break a local trend line on the way down, that's different. But yeah, let's follow this as a short here still. All right, so let's see what else we got here, though. I mean, not everything's moving up with the market. AMC down over 23% right now. It took a huge hit heading into the morning here. Oh my God, what a short. This thing ended up dropping off early on, and it was hard to borrow for me on TradeStation. So if it's hard to borrow for you, it's running on thin shares across the board, I'd say. But you can buy puts on it first, and then otherwise, if it is easy to borrow, then look at this drop. I mean, it goes to show that there could have been plenty of opportunity on the way down here for the stock. I don't know if there was any special news that came out overnight or into this morning that led to this right at the market open, but this thing got killed. If that's the case, I wonder if the AMC dividend, nope, didn't move up at all. It's actually funny. Those two tickers trade inversely oftentimes. All right, let's see what else we can grab, though, here. Real, I mean, this is getting a little closer to the ground floor. HL, Hecla Mining from earlier, a little slower there. Not really too interested in a slower short. You want something liquid, but not something that's watching the paint dry. This is kind of in the gray area between that, right? Because this is liquid. This is steady on the way down, easy to borrow, Under Armour. It is a little slow though, right? So we just said that before on the other one, but UAA and those are at least a little higher price, I guess. So I don't mind slipping one of them on as a short possibility. If you're looking for more of like a level 1, level 2 type of short, that would be it. Wouldn't want to really get any slower than that because it's just not worth the time then. All right, so Chuck's saying CVNA pushing. We'll take a look at that here quick. Yeah, it's not up a whole lot percentage-wise. There's definitely going to be some good stocks that look like that, maybe even better. I know one of us was calling out AI just earlier this morning, and it was a really choppy trade, as you could see throughout the morning, and I took my eyes off it after. So not in it now. It looks like it finally broke out, right? And it looks a lot better now. So hey, this could be on our watch list perhaps. Maybe we'll look at like a PLTR, XPEV maybe. This is like inching back up a little bit. I actually don't mind this XPEV here for the time being. It hasn't broken a true higher high just yet to get back up towards 17. It's kind of holding under this last peak here for the most part, right around 1655, 1660-ish here. If it can make that pop, I feel like there could be a better trade on this since it's still up some percent, and there could be some eyes that catch on to this trade again heading into the close. All right, so let me know, folks, across the board on social media or inside our live trading room. Hey, check us out tomorrow as well. We have our Traders Talk workshop live just across the board on YouTube as well as inside our live trading room. So any questions that you got from me, send over right to my email address directly, josh@c2trading.com. Let me know if there's any questions, thoughts, comments, suggestions. But otherwise, though, oh, that's right, from Donald saying EOSC. If it can get over 330, possibly. And you know what? We're not at an enormous list where we're maxed out. I'll slip this on there. Tradable, 100%. Just needs to break that 330. It's a good setup. And more 331 as of now, I'd say. The opening print based off the matrix seems to be a 331. I don't have my book map open, but we'll focus on 331. But yeah, I mean, that's a good setup. That's a good setup. Andrea saying, let's go S, already on our watch list there. So that's looking pretty decent there too. I'll tell you, I think that we pretty much ran our course right now. Let me just go to Benzinga Pro lastly, see if there's anything looking good from that side. Talk a little bit about Benzinga Pro heading into our class this afternoon. It's not required, but it's something that I personally use, so I'll just slip it in there for like 5 or so minutes. But right here, SPGC, we'll move up, we'll move up. No pun intended, I swear. SOS. We'll take a look at a couple of those. No, when we're getting this here on the chart, that's not looking good at all. SOS is up actually 30%. I don't know if I skipped over that. It's only trading 812,000 shares this time of the day. Technically, that's more than the minimum that we scan for, mind you. But, as I said from class, you want to see way more than that at this time of the day. So unless if it was just popping right this very instant off of news, then I'll pass on this. It's okay. It's got a big spread anyway. So I'd rather stick to the EOSs of the world that Donald S. recommended. All right, so I'll tell you, I think that's all that we got here, folks. We ran our course. So in total, we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 stocks to work with. So, pretty decent list, if anything, pretty big. So for any of my students joining me in class, last call on that, Rich just posted the link for you right there on the chat board. I guess technically not last call. We got about like 20 minutes till we begin, 15, 20 minutes till we start. But hey, I'm going to join class coming up. I'm going to step away from the desk here afterwards just to make sure I can get a little small break away from my desk before class, before the end of the day here. So I look forward to seeing all of our students joining me at 3:05 Eastern for the Phase 1 course coming up ahead. If you're not joining me in class, then best of luck trading these picks here heading into the close. You'll hear it from me first, though. Start and stick with this list. We just scan the whole market, folks. So unless if there is anything making an utter pop that you know what I'm talking about, unless if a stock is doing one of those, let's stick with AAOI. Let's stick with EOS. Let's stick with the NSSC on the way down. That was a great trade. So there's a lot to work with off of this watch list. All right, folks. Hey, I'll catch most of us here coming up in class, and I'll see everyone at least tomorrow. Take care.